Good morning, everyone! And ladies and gentlemen, Monday ulit. But don't worry, good morning, because we're going to get you up to speed with some news that you could use right now. I'm Paolo del Rosario.
Rise and shine, beautiful people. I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. Let's go kickstart this brand new week with good vibes, great company, and unstoppable energy.
And happy Monday! I'm Monique Tuzon. Your mornings are always more fun with us. Join us in the next hour and a half for stories and conversations that matter. Happy Super Bowl Sunday and Monday to us. Please, for our viewers, comment on wherever you guys are watching. Who do you think's going to win? Do we got the Eagles or do we got the Chiefs?
We all know that
who we're
the
rooting
winner is
for.
going to be every Kendrick Lamar fan out there.
Actually.
And the biggest loser is still
Yes.
Drake. Unfortunately.
I like Drake, but yes, very timely. I'm so sorry to Drake. He's not winning now.
Okay. But you know, I mean, the halftime show, I think every year, it's always a big deal. And I think that's the only thing that Anne cares about.
Yeah,
So Super Bowl.
actually.
And I feel like maybe 90% of the people just watch the Super Bowl
Yes,
for the halftime.
Yeah.
And for the
show.
food, the Super Bowl parties.
No, it's so funny because my feed and my algorithm is being filled right now with people saying that the Super Bowl is the biggest sporting event in the world.
Not the world.
That's exactly what I'm
I beg to
thinking.
differ.
Yeah,
In the
yeah.
US, yes.
But because it's such a big show, they think it is.
I think it's because of that halftime show.
The
And
halftime
all
show,
the
yeah, the
celebrities and the
pageantry.
artists that you put.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge event, no doubt about it. But then you have the FIFA World Cup, you have
Yes,
the
yes,
Olympics,
of
you
course.
have so much so. But there's no
tennis, I feel
denying.
like, is bigger too.
I don't know about that. Well, we'll see. Depends.
It's more worldly than
More worldly,
football.
yes, but the amount
American
of
football.
the amount of pageantry that goes with American football with the Super
different.
Bowl.
It's
Totally
the pageantry,
different.
that's
It's
why.
different.
The theatrics
It's a
and everything.
spectacle.
Just the halftime show, it's insane.
I'm so excited. We need to get the
go
show going
Kendrick.
so I can go home and watch the halftime show and the Super Bowl.
But we'll still end on time, okay? I don't know if Mo will.
All right, right now, guys, let us start the show with some good news. This one is for the motorists. We can expect a rollback in fuel prices this week. According to the Energy Department, prices of gasoline may go down by 30 centavos a liter. Diesel may have price cuts of 20 to 50 centavos per liter and 10 to 25 centavos a liter for kerosene. The price adjustments will take effect on Tuesday, that's tomorrow, February 11. The DOE explains the weakened OPEC production and the U.S. tariff war on Canada, Mexico, and China are some of the reasons behind the oil movements or oil price movements in the global market.
Now on to some serious news. The Philippines is not giving up the West Philippine Sea. That's what the National Maritime Council, or NMC, reinstates to China in support of President Bongbong Marcos's recent statement. The NMC reassures once more they will continuously fight for the country's sovereign rights over the contested waters. The Commission also highlights the international law and the 2016 arbitral ruling in favor of the Philippines. They add, while the government currently prioritizes diplomatic dialogue, it will not stop defending its territory. Now we've got more news that you can use right now because Paolo has today's forecast from Weather HQ. Paolo, take it away.
Thank you so much, Mo. Our country will experience rainfall due to three primary weather systems. First off, it's a northeast monsoon that will affect the northern and central Luzon areas, while the second is a shear line. Now, this will affect southern Luzon and the Visayas region, leading to cloudy skies and periods of rain over here. Now, lastly is the easterlies. Now, the easterlies that will bring warm and humid conditions with occasional rain showers and thunderstorms over the Mindanao region. Now, the northeast monsoon will bring cloudy skies and rain to Metro Manila, Cagayan Valley, and the Cordillera Administrative Region, as well as the rest of Central Luzon and Calabarzon. Meanwhile, the shear line is causing cloudy conditions with scattered rain showers and isolated thunderstorms over Aurora, the Bicol region, Mimaropa, and the Visayas. So all of this being affected by the shear line. Now moving down south to Mindanao, the easterlies, as we mentioned a while ago, will also lead to cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms in Caraga. The rest of Mindanao will experience partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms. Now let's see if all of these weather systems are affecting the sea conditions as well, because a gale warning is currently in effect today, particularly the seaboards of northern Luzon, western and eastern seaboard of central Luzon, and the eastern seaboard of southern Luzon and the Visayas. Mariners are strongly advised to avoid going out to sea due to rough conditions, with wave heights possibly reaching up to 3.4 to 5 meters. Now, these conditions pose significant risks for small vessels and those not equipped to deal with rough seas. If you're planning maritime activities in these areas, stay on land and prioritize your safety. Keep updated with the latest advisories. Girls, back to you.
All hands on deck for the National Police in their goal of ensuring a safe and peaceful elections. PNP Chief General Romel Marbil says possible violators will face the full force of the law. He adds the police force is ready for those who seek to destroy the integrity of the polls. The PNP recently launched a security plan seeking to respond to threats and measures to ensure order before, during, and after the elections. Marbil also assured that the PNP will strengthen its mandate against crime, illegal drugs, and threats to public safety.
Preparations for the elections 2025 campaign is now in full swing as the campaign period for the national position starts tomorrow, February 11. President Marcos himself will lead the campaign kickoff of the Alyansa para sa Bagong Pilipinas in Lawag in Ilocos Norte tomorrow. Meanwhile, former Vice President Leni Robredo, who is running as mayor in Naga City, will lead the kickstarting of the campaign of her allies, returning to the Senate in Dasmariñas, Cavite on February 11th. Former President Rodrigo Duterte of PDP Laban will hold their opening salvo at Club Filipino in San Juan on February 13th.
Canada and the Philippines may soon have a deal similar to the Visiting Forces Agreement with the United States. Canadian Ambassador to the Philippines David Hartman says the two countries are in the final stage of the agreement that will allow deeper cooperation and substantive participation in training to build capacity. He is hopeful the ratification and signing of the deal between the two countries will happen before the end of the year.
In world news, U.S. President Donald Trump said he has spoken to Russian President Vladimir Putin by phone about ending war in Ukraine, the New York Post reports. Trump earlier promised to end the war without elaborating how he would do so. In the coming days, the special envoy for the Ukraine war are heading to Europe in part to discuss the war. A U.S. official told NBC that Trump would be willing to use sanctions and tariffs persuade Putin to the negotiating table.
5 Thai held hostage by Hamas are back home after a year in captivity. They were met by loved ones in an emotional reunion in Bangkok on Sunday following a flight from Israel. Thai Foreign Minister Maris Sangiampong led the welcome party. He says he was relieved at the hostages' return, adding the government is still working for the return of one more Thai hostage, as well as the bodies of 2 others who died. Around 300,000 Thai laborers worked in Israel before conflict erupted. Nearly 9,000 Thais returned home since then.
Over on to sports. EJ Obiena falls short of a podium finish in his latest campaign in Germany. The Filipino Olympian was unable to defend his title at the ISTAF Indoor Dusseldorf on Sunday evening, Philippine time. Obiena settled for 7th place after clearing 5.55 meters. But it has been a busy weekend for the best pole vaulter in Asia. Obiena claimed his first gold medal of the year hours prior by topping a meeting in France. Now, still in sports, Barangay Ginebra San Miguel is off to the semifinals of the PBA Commissioner's Cup. The Gin Kings prevailed once again over the Meralco Bolts on Sunday at the United Center in Antipolo. Final score 94-87. Super import Justin Brownlee, posting a near triple-double for Ginebra with 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists. Ginebra will face the Northport Batang Pier in the best-of-7 semis. In the first game, the Rain or Shine last the Pinners with a hard-fought win over the Converge Fiber Rexers 112-103. ROS import Dion Thompson. Top scorers for ROS with 34 points, 12 rebounds, and 7 assists with a near triple-double. Now expect a chess match in the semis as Coach Yang Yao and Rain or Shine will face Coach Chot Reyes and the TNT Tropang Giga.
Now in entertainment, a new era is coming to Jurassic World, and with it are 3 new terrifying dinosaurs. Here's a sneak peek at Jurassic World Rebirth, featuring Scarlett Johansson as Zora Bennett and Jonathan Bailey as Dr. Henry Loomis.
Wait lang. Direk, grabe yung cut mo sa mukha ko, ha? Pero ako personally, I'm wondering kung itong unang Jurassic Park na mananalo yung mga dinosaurs.
They already won the last one with Nick Jonas. I'm not a fan. So the dinosaurs did win on that one. This one looks more promising.
You think the dinosaurs?
You cannot root for the dinosaurs.
How many times have the dinosaurs won?
Every time.
They did not win every time.
They were teamed.
We're team dinosaurs.
They were teamed at the end of the movie. But this is nice because it's like a combination of Indiana Jones.
You're saying that
Mas adventure.
Adventure. It's so nice.
It looks way better than the last remake.
That's true.
The original ones, when I was younger, they scared the out of me. No, honestly, that was so scary. But it is my favorite ride at Universal Studios. So I love Jurassic World.
And I love the casting of this one. ScarJo and Jonathan Bailey's there.
Yes.
Daddy.
Jeff Goldblum, where are you?
He was screaming that the whole trailer. He wasn't there at all.
Yeah, but I hope he makes
he's
cameo.
the pterodactyl there.
No, he's not. No, he was the raptor in one movie though.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, in the dream sequence. Anyway, okay, enough nerding about dinosaurs.
Getting too excited.
Enough nerding about
I know.
dinosaurs.
Anyway, still on entertainment news, because pop star Charlie XCX donates $25,000 to support musicians' access to healthcare in the U.S. That's after American singer-songwriter Chappell Roan's controversial Grammy speech where she called out the music industry. She demanded that, quote, labels in the industry profiting millions of dollars off artists would offer livable wage and healthcare. Folk pop musician Noah Kahan had previously supported the plea too, donating $25,000 as well.
We're not just talking about any type of bowl. This is the Super Bowl. In the U.S., we are just minutes away from American football's greatest spectacle, Super Bowl 59. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles will clash for NFL supremacy once again later at 7:30 a.m. Philippine time. The Chiefs are aiming for a 3rd straight Super Bowl title in New Orleans, Louisiana. The Eagles, on the other hand, aim to prevent the Kansas City Chiefs from making history and to avenge their loss to the Chiefs back in Super Bowl 57 in 2023. This year's Super Bowl is expected to be a star-studded affair with U.S. President Donald Trump and pop superstar Taylor Swift in attendance. Security is tightened at the Caesars Superdome for the main event. Rap megastar Kendrick Lamar is headlining the halftime show. K-Dot is fresh off winning 5 Grammys for his smash hit, Not Like Us. Again, we're talking about how great the Super Bowl spectacle is. It's going to be even bigger this time around. I love the commercial. On the side, I love the commercials.
Oh yeah, the commercials
that
are
come out also.
Yep.
Siyempre, dito sa Pilipinas, we don't see it, pero nakakatawa siya.
Now we can see it if we watch Super Bowl now and then, like on the ads on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah,
the ads on YouTube.
Yeah.
My favorite one was Betty White being tackled.
I love Betty White.
Yeah, back in the day. May she rest in peace. Yeah.
An icon.
Yeah, and then all the jokes made about the Super Bowl. Like sometimes it's called the superb owl in some shows. Like they're talking about a big bird.
Which one was one you sent me yesterday was so hilarious, where Seal was a seal.
Oh, Seal was a seal.
I can't wait to see
for
that in
Mountain Dew
collection.
commercial. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
for the
is so
Baja
cool.
Blast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like so basically it's a seal with Seal's face on it and talking about Mountain Dew.
I
So
can just
creative.
picture that in my head.
Yes.
Yeah, that's insane. But anyway, let's go back to the world of the normals.
Of the normals. Yeah, well, speaking of, back here at home, a stylish collaboration between the Armed Forces of the Philippines and a clothing brand foundation that aims to help soldiers and their families. Here's my report. I'm here at the Bio AFP collaboration event called Weave for Peace.
So this is where they upcycle military uniforms, the old ones, and turn them into these beautiful pieces that I'm wearing. As you can see, I'm wearing the pants, the shirt, and these beautiful earrings. So come with me as we explore the event and see the beautiful pieces they've created together.
Normally, when you rock camo, it's all about blending in. But trust me, once you see this kind of camo, you're going to want to be seen. Check out this incredible collaboration between the Bio Foundation and the Armed Forces of the Philippines, where they're taking old military uniforms and turning them into pure art. Say hello to the Bio Foundation. They're teaming up with the AFP to give those tired old uniforms a whole new life and helping military families while they're at it.
Everything is really rooted on sustainability. And then when I found out about the problem of the military, about their uniforms and how they really discard them, I felt like there is such a big responsibility for us to share like a program.
Anna and her squad had a genius idea. Why not take those old uniforms, rip them apart, and turn them into something beautiful and sustainable? Each year, soldiers get fresh uniforms, and the old ones just get tossed into piles. But instead of just throwing them away, they get reimagined into threads, then woven into clothes, accessories, and more.
Every piece is really well taken care of. You know, we don't see it as waste, we see it as a resource and an opportunity to uplift communities.
And here's the best part. This project isn't just about being eco-friendly. It's about giving military families a chance to thrive. They're teaching the women and dependents to weave these fabrics into high-quality, one-of-a-kind products.
So it's really something very, very positive. So I really look forward to bringing this project not just in one hub, but really making it grow so that a lot of our military families can benefit. This time we take care of them, right? Because they've been taking care of us.
Every piece is packed with stories. Those stripes, those threads, they're not just designs. They represent strength, sacrifice, and service.
They also give uplift the heritage of the Filipino. You know, if you wear this, you feel proud you're wearing Filipino made, and within the fabric, woven within the fabric, are the spirit of the soldiers.
These hand-woven pieces are flying off shelves and online stores because who doesn't love sustainable, stylish, and meaningful products? Through the Weave for Peace initiative, Bio Foundation is showing us that a little creativity and a lot of heart can turn old uniforms into something amazing. So next time you spot one of those gorgeous creations, remember, they're not just clothes. It's a story of strength, love, and military pride.
Well, I'm wearing one of them right now because I saw this on the mannequin when I went to the event and I had to have it.
Ninakaw niya. She stole it.
Nagpaalam ka ba?
I
Mo?
made paalam, so it's not making nakaw.
At hindi lang yan. At hindi lang yan. Detachable yung sleeves mo,
Yes,
diba?
that's the best part.
Oh, can I
These
see?
Are,
Can
I'm
you-
not detaching it because
Okay.
not right now. This is not the show for it. But see, you can
wow,
detach
it's
it. It's
Actually,
genius.
ladies and
So,
gentlemen,
yeah.
baka magulat kayo kasi mamaya, after every commercial break, isang sleeve mawawala.
Ginawa ko kubadera naman. We are a conservative person.
Kaya
But no,
sleeves lang! Sleeves
like
lang!
you
Black
guys,
ito, wala.
even on the
Third black.
pants. Like, do you see this?
May sleeves din yung
That's
pants?
really cool.
I love.
I'm obsessed. Like, I literally had to have this.
You should
so
stand and show it to the camera.
Can I stand?
I love the whole ensemble.
See?
Wow, it's perfect.
we're so cute.
Ganda.
Thank you so much.
And
Thank
I
you for
love
my
this
outfit.
part. Show this part. Yeah, the pocket.
Yeah, the pockets
Ganda.
go with the sleeves, so
Yeah.
I'm literally obsessed. This is my new outfit.
So nice.
Thank you so much. And that's it for me.
That took so much time.
I know, okay. We gotta move on because when we return, we'll know more about the Philippine textile industry. How is it doing now and where is it headed? More on that after the break. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back. welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Now, the recent 2025 National Textile Convention highlighted the efforts to promote sustainability in Philippine textile industry. A celebration of local textiles from Filipino weavers and embroiderers, the event tackled programs and policies for weaving a brighter future for its market. We now talk to Dr. Julius Leaño, the director of DOST Philippine Textile Research Institute. Good morning, Sir Julius. It's a beautiful day.
Good morning. Yeah, it's a beautiful day indeed.
Great seeing you, and especially I met you at the event. So
Yes.
what a timely time
Follow
for
through.
you, right, for you to be here, and we're both wearing local
Oh, yes.
weaves. So can you tell me more about the local or the recent Telcon that just happened?
Well, the National Textile Convention is a platform for us to gather our stakeholders together. So it was one that brings academics, the artists, even industry was there. And it's sort of like taking a look at how we are doing in the past years and where are we moving. So that's basically what the Textile Convention was. It was successful, very, very successful.
You know, recently we've had a couple of awareness programs like the Happy Fair that happened last year, right, promoting the textile industry. How is the Philippines textile industry doing now compared to back then?
Well, unfortunately, we've seen better days. But the weaving, at least the handloom weaving, is really in the really an upward run now. There's much awareness. There's a huge and a very strong following as far as the new purchasing sector is concerned. The pandemic was very, very transformative. But then as far as the mill-produced textiles, I think we have a long way to go to be able to get back to how we did during the 60s and 70s. But that's exactly where we are right now. We are trying to rebound.
You mentioned that the hand-woven textiles are the ones that are doing particularly well.
Yes.
I can also only imagine that it's harder to produce those because they're hand-woven.
Yes. Yes.
Why do you feel that that particular craft is the one that is sticking out at the moment?
I think it's about the niching thing. Textiles is about economies of scale. Definitely, when you talk about it, we're very far down the line. So the only way for us to survive, the only way for us to differentiate is when we do it in niche. And niche markets, of course, doesn't have to be in scale. They have to be very small in volume, but very high in value, not price, value. And by that, the cultural dimension comes in. And that's exactly the narrative that we bring to the picture. That's why all of these hand weaves and patterns are coming to fore.
You mentioned, sorry, if you don't mind, you mentioned that high in value, not necessarily high in price. But
It still is.
It still is high.
It still is.
What would it take for the price, at least dito locally? Of course, when you bring it overseas, siguro the price could be high. But at least locally, how can we lower the price so Mo can have more local clothes to wear?
Well, if I could wear local clothes every day in weaves, I totally would, but my wallet will not be happy.
That's the direction. The only point is we must also be just as far as the pricing is concerned. Remember, these textiles are handled by people, by women. So it's really tied to the labor of it, meaning a huge component of that goes to paying your weavers. So if you cannot push it to about 50 pesos per yard, it really won't be sustainable. But then it would go to a certain level that it will be practically affordable. The way to go is for you to produce your own materials locally. Second is for you to be able to consolidate the industry locally. And by that, you could, in a way, control the factors that affect the pricing right now. The more extensive it will be, and I think the more volume they would also produce, it will normalize eventually. The Abra weaves, for example, has already stricken a very good pricing point. They're already below 300 per yard. And that's that's already pretty much affordable. And they're working around that direction because that's the way to go. That's why when you hear binakol, those are the patterns from Abra, for example, they're starting to penetrate mainstream.
But when you say we're starting to penetrate mainstream, do we currently export our textiles right now, or it's just
Well, they're
local?
B2B type, very small volumes. And they get to the United States, for example. The Filipino diaspora is a huge consumer.
Of course.
So they like a lot all of these materials coming from the Philippines, especially the new ones. So they're getting updated with colors and patterns and all of these things. That's why it gets to also move out. But then that's just a very small volume. What we're trying to focus right now is really the capacity of the textile industry to be able to employ more people. I'm talking about thousands and millions of people. So that one has yet to come. But we are pushing the boundaries, so to speak, because that's really where we could realize the value of the industry.
Where do the raw materials come from?
Well, a lot of them are still imported, unfortunately.
Oh, really?
Yes. All,
Okay.
even the weaves. Unfortunately, even the weaves, maybe about 80% of the weaves are still from abroad. That's why it's a pity, because the creative industry is using materials to express creative expression, but these are imported materials. That's why we're starting to push, Philippine materials to be more available. And I'm referring to Philippine cotton, for example, pineapple, maybe abaca or banana, because
Right.
that's how you try to capture the market. It's just a matter of substitution, and it's just a matter of making it accessible locally. But I think we're making very good strides towards that direction.
You mentioned it a while ago that the 80%, if I'm not mistaken, imported
Yes.
in terms of the weaves. What would it take for the raw material to become more available here? Because we call it Philippine fabrics, but there's
I
a
know.
there's an
Understand.
irony
Agree.
that we have
Totally
to
agree.
export the weaves.
Yeah. Well, you have to make the materials locally. That's why in every scale, every part of the chain, you just have to control and be able to stimulate. The government cannot do that, but the private sector can. But I think government can stimulate it. It can catalyze, hubs. That's why we have innovation hubs across the Philippines, making use of our natural materials. We have hubs that produce yarns, making it also accessible in the localities, not necessarily in Manila, because the element of sustainability also comes into the picture. When you have materials moving, then you're earning carbon footprints. You also don't like those, because these are the things that we need to consolidate as we try to rebound from this situation. But I think we are moving quite well.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I know for sure in the Philippines, when you think of Philippine fabric, piña is the
Yes,
first thing that
yes,
comes to
yes,
mind.
yes.
Is there a piña shortage right now? Because piña is so expensive per
yes.
yard,
Yard,
or
yeah.
just per square.
Yeah.
And most of the time now they make it out of husi.
Yes.
So do we
well,
do have a
pineapple is the piña, like the piña, Aklan piña, of course, has a shortage, not necessarily of the raw materials, but you would be surprised, the nutters. These are the people who connects the single threads, the single fiber together. It's a skill that's actually not easy to, you cannot even learn it in school. You just simply have to put all of these fibers together. Those are the gaps in the supply chain. The Department of Agriculture plants, extensively plants this variety of pineapple already. That's why it can already satisfy the market. But then there are things there, primarily in the labor part, where you have also to bridge it. And I think this is where the whole of government approach comes in. Because you just have to put all your resources together to be able to address the gaps in the supply chain. But getting there as well. But then, this is the pineapple, the high-end pineapple. You cannot buy it at less than 1,000 per yard.
Right.
So that's why. But then, it has to be made affordable. That's why the Philippine tropical fabric is another version of that pineapple. We blend the shorter staples of pineapple, and these are the pineapples that come from the plantations in Bukidnon.
Yeah.
Okay, the one that we eat. So it's not the crown, but the plant. So the leaves are gathered as part of the maintenance of the plant, and you can extract fibers from it. You cut them in staples, maybe about 4 centimeters long, and then you blend it with carrier fibers to come up with yarns. And these ones could be power loom, meaning you could produce it in 60-inch widths, which could make it to government uniforms. So those are ways by which we can actually push the boundaries for our local industry as well.
Yeah, the material is there in the sense that meron tayo,
Yes.
but the process,
Agree.
Yeah.
if it's not quite there,
difficult.
are there
Established.
any programs that the DOST, the Department of Agriculture, is working on to try and tap this particular market? Because it feels very underutilized,
Yes.
to put a word to it.
Yeah, well, definitely we have to liberate materials from the ground. That's the hardest part. How do you get the plant to give you the fiber? That's why we have what we call innovation hubs, as far as the DOS is concerned, located across the Philippines, strategically across the Philippines, to use abaca, bamboo, and pineapple. And then, of course, silk is also another one. You just have to locate all of these facilities and machines all out there, such that people get to access it. And they access it not necessarily for production, but simply to get to see the innovations available. And maybe it could be replicated by the private sector. It's a stimulant of sort, just to get activities moving. Once you have the fiber, then the yarn facilities are also strategically across the Philippines. There will be 4 now. By this year, one in Isabela, the other one in Iloilo, the other one will be in North Cotabato, the other one will be in Ilocos Norte. Very strategic locations. These are where handloom weaving are very, very high. So we have to locate all of this such that production becomes even more accessible.
Sir Julius, the world is experiencing an overproduction of clothes. Manufacturers
Yes.
mass producing
Yes.
clothes, right?
Yes.
Which could be good for the textile industry, but a bit harmful for the environment. What are your
Yes.
thoughts on this?
Oh, well, that's why the concept of circularity is the buzzword now. And for the Philippines, who has yet to rebound from this situation, we have to rebound properly. We have to rebound pretty much very well. And that's exactly where sustainability and circularity is anchored into. Unfortunately, we're trying to handle solid waste as far as textiles is concerned, but we never produce them. These are things that come to us as waste materials, sometimes as our ukay-ukay, and they suddenly, build up, and this solid waste is actually a problem. But then this gives us an opportunity as well, because your Filipinos are just genuinely ingenious. So the idea to make use of all of these materials is part, and the AFP bio collaboration is exactly that.
Yeah.
You cannot imagine how many uniforms is actually left every year because we continue to produce. We continue to procure uniforms.
Yes,
but
sayang
where do
lang.
they go? Yes, landfill. Landfill should not be the way to go. There must be a way to circularize it, hence the circular term. And I think that's another proposition altogether. And the Philippines is being positioned in such a way that we have a big say in the circularity market. Very young, but I think it's the way to go.
Yeah, we're looking at all of the fabrics here, and you mentioned circularity, you mentioned being responsible as well, and unfortunately, we're not producing our own weaves as much as we should. But you also mentioned that rebounding. We haven't yet rebounded. Now, for those who are not aware, what are we rebounding from? What are the gaps that you're trying to fill?
Yeah, in terms of production, we don't have yarn production in the Philippines, meaning you have fibers, you have fabric, you have a huge fashion and creative industry, but you cannot produce your own yarns. Means that these are leakages in the supply chain. You get it from somewhere else. It means that your fibers are not also channeled to your supply chain. The yarn production is the hard bottleneck. And I think altogether, the integrated model has ceased already, meaning you don't have to put up all of these together. You can put it up in modular formats, but then it's about consolidating the remaining remnants of the industry. But I think we are pretty much in a very controlled situation right now because we are trying to capture a captive market without having to overproject. We're looking at government uniforms. We're looking at about 2 million civilian employees that have to use uniforms. And this is a huge market to catalyze the industry to rebound. Once a spinning facility is in, I think the problem is technically solved.
Sir Julius, let's talk about the technological advancements in the textile industry. I know the Philippines have already tapped into the smart fabric. Yes. Can you tell us more about that?
Well, we have one Smart Textiles R&D program. Smart Textiles is a huge umbrella definition. And smart means textiles that respond to a stimuli, regardless if that stimuli is also another stimuli. Meaning it could be a reaction to the environment, could be a reaction to persons, could be a reaction to pathogens. So the Smart Textiles program is already there. The advancements are also racing. The pandemic was one good way by which we were able to release one of our technologies, particularly in the water repellent textiles. Before we could not imagine where you could use a knitted fabric that's water repellent, right? You cannot imagine Filipinos to not wash their clothes. So, but I think it went to the face mask. You don't want.
Yes. You want to repel the liquid.
The liquid. So it was one way for us to push that one. That was the low-hanging fruit. The others would include, for example, self-cleaning textiles, which we're looking at for the hospitality industry. Meaning you don't have to wash your table linens. Meaning wine stains would just simply disintegrate or maybe disappear by simply exposing it to the sun. The others would have to be on sensors, for example. They could sense bacterial infection, meaning it could be used for wound dressing, for example. They would change color on certain situations. Those are efforts that we do in such a way that we also diversify textiles, but then are not necessarily fashionable or wearable, but actually functional. And the Smart Textiles
Meron pa
program.
nga the mosquito repellent.
Yes, we also
which is
did that.
perfect for the dengue
season.
season.
And you could actually replenish it. So meaning that material could be like sprayed again, and then it will last for about a month. So those technologies, those that make it to your lamp shades as well. The lamp also produces heat, right? So heat would also will allow it to dissipate. Even the controlled release systems, like when you rub it, or maybe when it gets in contact with a surface, then the sands would be released or something like that. These are efforts to push it. Going to electronic textiles is another one. So even the smarter other applications like batteries, for example, supercapacitors. These are these are the things that we did not imagine textiles to get
Yeah.
into. So hopefully we'll be getting there as well.
Textile na charger, pwede ba?
Right? Or wearable, di ba?
Oh, wearable na charger.
Wearable
Pwede
jacket.
cellphone sa'yo like that.
Walang baterya, lagay ko dito.
Yes.
Ganyan, no?
Ganyan lang ako, tapos i-charge na.
I mean, I'm just imagining. I feel like the smart textiles would cost a bit more.
Yeah.
Again, they will be very niche. They will be very small, but the value would be very high. So the textiles, as we say, is ubiquitous. You can see it almost everywhere. You cannot imagine a world without textile. That's why we start our video like that.
Yeah.
Imagine a world without it. Really cannot be imagined. That's why we have to realize the value for that, for the Philippines. And I think we're doing quite well. A bit sluggish, but I think we have to strategically position where we have to be good at. But I think government and the private sector and the academia is getting their acts together.
All right.
And Sir Julius, we have to wrap things up
Sure.
here. But then, right before we go, siguro one last thesis statement on where are we sa Philippine textile and what is in store for the Philippine textile industry?
Well, they said that the Philippine textiles is in a sunset industry. Right now, we are looking at the same direction, but I think we're looking at a sunrise. There's a huge potential for all of us. We just have to realize the value of sustainability, the value of circularity, and I think these are the things that would push us. And of course, the cultural dimension, which highlights the rich culture and rich stories that we have in the Philippines. And doing and realizing that value is, I think, the way to go.
Thank you so much, Doc Julius. I'm so excited to see where Philippine textile will grow because I'm your #1 fan.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. Dr. Julius Leaño, again, the director of DOST Philippine Textile Research Institute.
Now, when we return, I'll speak with Comelec spokesperson John Rex Laudiangco to discuss how to achieve an environmentally sustainable election. Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. This is the Weather HQ segment of it. Severe flooding hit some parts of Palawan due to continuous heavy rainfall. This prompted the Coast Guard District in Palawan to deploy personnel in Puerto Princesa City to respond to residents living in low-lying areas. The Special Operations Group were also deployed to help conduct rescue operations in affected areas. Taking a look at the global weather now. In Iran, Tehran residents celebrated the arrival of snow at Parvaz Park on Sunday after the city's first cold snap of the year. Many were concerned about the late snowfall, fearing it could signal a dry year ahead, with less snow and rain potentially leading to drought. While Iran's northern province had already seen heavy snowfall earlier in February, the Iranian Meteorological Organization warned of a temperature drop, but locals worried it might not be enough to replenish the region's water reserves. The delayed snow raised concerns about the impact on agriculture and water supply. Now, from the weather, let's go back to sports. In the NBA, it looks like it's back to the drawing board for the Los Angeles Lakers in their quest for a reliable big man. Reports say the Lakers nixed its trade with the Charlotte Hornets for big man Mark Williams. It adds, the Hornets failed to satisfy a condition of the trade, with the 23-year-old center apparently failing a physical exam. Williams was expected to fill in the void left by Anthony Davis, who now with the Dallas Mavericks. That trade would have seen promising rookie Dalton Knecht move to Buzz City along with Cam Reddish and a couple of first-round picks. Meanwhile, basketball great Shaquille O'Neal weighs in on the blockbuster deal that sent Slovenian phenom Luka Doncic to the Lake Show. Shaq tells Reuters he was just as surprised as everyone else over the trade that rocked the world of sports this month. Doncic is now in his Hollywood era after spending 7 seasons with the Dallas Mavericks. The Hall of Famer slash TV analyst says the 25-year-old superstar is a great addition to the purple and gold. Doncic has yet to play a game since Christmas Day as he is recovering from a left calf strain.
I mean, that's what happens when you're a great player, you're a young player or something. I don't want to use the word tragic, but something como estás, amigo? Something unexpected happens. I've never seen a 25-year-old traded like that. He's not even in his prime yet, but it happens. And I think the Lakers did a great job of definitely securing their future.
Now, in local news, a lawyer is proposing a 4-day workweek schedule for government agencies to help ease traffic in Metro Manila. Attorney Romulo Macalintal says this is an alternative to Metropolitan Manila Development Authority's proposal to charge motorists for using EDSA. Macalintal explains MMDA's proposal may violate the Motor Vehicle Users Charge Law, wherein vehicle owners already pay road users tax for road maintenance. Macalintal suggests staggering workdays across different cities to ensure a portion of Metro Manila's workforce stays off the roads each day. I am so for this 4-day work week.
Well, for government.
Not just for
Just for
government,
government.
even for private offices. I believe that the 4-day work week will really work. Not just
I
to
don't
ease-
think so. Not for the
Really?
traffic. The problem lies with everybody. They're getting cars, they're getting motorcycles. So I think we need to focus on that rather than how long our work weeks are. Because those 4-day work weeks, it's going to be the same traffic. It's traffic already during the weekends. That's not a work day.
I think it's going to ease traffic, and at the same time, it's going to help the employees with their work-life balance thing.
I don't think a 4-day work week will do that.
Really? I am so for it.
Traffic is such a
I
complicated
mean, not for
issue here
us,
in the
of course. We don't
Philippines,
have
but
holidays, and
4-day work week
we're
is
here
not it.
five days a week.
Yes, Paolo, you've been so quiet. It's
Yeah.
very unlike you. I'm ready for your violent thoughts, reactions. Go ahead.
Gentlemen, remember to always let them fight. All joking
We're
aside.
not fighting.
No,
It's
but
just
then
that our own
I
opinions differ.
understand. I mean,
Yeah.
like there are studies all over the world with a 4-day work week working, but at the same time, the problem if we're addressing traffic is the fact is it's still traffic on the weekends.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Yes.
I mean,
I
like
think it's even worse on the weekends.
I mean, like, remember the issue with the MMDA's bus lane, the study that they
Yeah.
are trying to get rid of the
Yes.
bus lanes.
I don't
Yes.
agree with that.
So, I mean, like, could you imagine if they do remove the bus lanes and you add more cars to EDSA instead of lessening them?
But the downside of that, kawawa yung commuters. They're already kawawa
Exactly.
now
Exactly.
because that's
No.
also the biggest issue
Yeah.
is public transportation. It's so hard to get around the Philippines with what we have already. And by removing that bus lane,
Yeah.
that bus carries more people than all the cars
All
on
the
EDSA.
cars
Like,
combined. That's true.
I think it's crazy
the
that
capacity,
they
I
should
think
do
it was
that.
published already. I forgot the number, but then the capacity of the people taking the bus lanes, obviously a huge number. But at the same time, this is still due for study. Now,
Yes.
this one, instead of charging for EDSA, I
don't get how they're going to charge
EDSA.
the
They should
motorists
not.
for
That's
EDSA
also-
So first of all,
usage.
could you imagine that as someone who takes who uses the expressway a lot?
Yeah, mahal na.
Yeah.
No, it's not just that. The bottlenecks of at every toll gate.
It's still
So could you
terrible.
imagine
It's-
getting into EDSA if there is
there-
a pay barrier
Yeah,
right?
like
to
toll
get in?
gates.
Yeah,
Oh
so
my
you
goodness.
congest everything
That's going
else.
to cause more
But
traffic.
again, that's a world that we're not looking at the moment.
I hope not, but I
yeah.
really don't think a 4-day work week. I mean, I would love a 4-day work week just for us to be more efficient, but traffic-wise, I don't think it's
It's gonna help.
You know what? That's something we're looking forward to the future. But speaking of the future, technology is also playing a big part
Yes,
of
so
what we're
let's
looking at
see,
here.
because a new AI studio was recently opened in Makati. Our Sujin Kim reports it is expected to help greatly in improving the services of businesses.
The AI revolution in the Philippines is gaining momentum. From Accenture's generative AI studio launched in 2024 to the Analytics, Computing, and Complex Systems Laboratory of Aboitiz and the Asian Institute of Management in 2018 to another game changer entering the market. Asanyan unveiled a cutting-edge AI studio in Makati City, a major leap for businesses and professionals looking to drive automation and data-powered innovation. The AI studio serves as a high-tech development hub, a space where AI-powered products and services can be tested and refined. It enables businesses to design AI-driven tools that slash operational costs through machine learning.
It expands your budget without increasing your dollars. You can actually do way more with $1 now than you could before.
The focus will move away from cost into the revenue impact and the value that we can deliver for the customers, which definitely means more top line for the company.
With the power to boost productivity by up to 50%, this technology is poised to upgrade industries like customer service, marketing, IT services, and IT BPM.
Will generate close to about a $500 million economic impact for the Philippines over the next 3 years.
Software is becoming more and more important into every experience and every business workflow, and applying AI into the delivery and management and the design of those software products, that's where we're seeing a lot of growth.
AI developers are urging businesses to embrace this cutting-edge AI studio, a game changer that can supercharge operational efficiency and drive the future of business. Sujin Kim, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Now in entertainment, actress Max Collins reinvents herself as a fashion star. The Filipina actress is continuing her high fashion journey during New York Fashion Week. Collins stunningly showcased clothes from MCM Worldwide and contemporary clothier Alice plus Olivia. Her next stop, foremost fashion brand Tory Burch. Max is ready to take on the world, following in the fashionable footsteps of Ann Curtis, Pia Wurtzbach, and Heart Evangelista.
Now, a flower shop in Paris is serving up a special treat for romantics this Valentine's Day. In Florivor, no red roses are in sight. Instead, edible bouquets are being offered to customers. Opened since 2018, the flower shop works with local producers in a bid to push against imported flowers. Florivor usually works with businesses who use edible flowers, but now their bouquets are on sale to those who wish to buy the traditional gifts. You know, that's great because that's if you're late for dinner, at least you can start eating the flowers that you get.
Yes.
Diba? Kapag when you're stuck in traffic, oh, babe, ito muna, kain muna tayo.
Oh my God.
Ng bulaklak.
Parang ang horse! Nandun ka sa cars, umuya ka ng flowers.
I've seen the edible arrangements, like the ones that are fruits.
Yeah,
Those
yeah,
are
yeah.
my favorite.
Yeah,
These are fruits, pero ito edible
I
flowers
know,
talaga
I
eh.
know.
Diba? Post mo, tapos kainin mo.
I was wondering nga if it was like real edible flowers or the ones made with candy, sugar.
I think it's the real edible ones.
Real edible ones,
Because they said
okay.
that they were working with local producers of edible
Yes.
flowers. So
I do
again,
love
can you
edible
imagine?
flowers. When
Do
you go
you
to like the
really?
bougie restaurants and they have the flowers.
All right,
Can I get this?
Salads, yes,
Tan.
yes.
This is a message to the boyfriend of Mo. You now have your marching orders, edible flowers for Valentine's Day.
I don't
Okay?
need that. Actually, it's healthy, so I can eat that. So wag ng chocolate, edible flowers. That's a salad. A beautiful salad. No, but he doesn't give me flowers.
What does he give you?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. So
Because
stop
I
na.
love food.
Stop na. Edible
Chocolates is
flowers.
the way to go.
I love chocolates. Or
Chocolate's the way to go.
chocolate-covered pineapples, strawberries. Those are the best. So
Cherries,
give that to MJ.
chocolate-covered cherries. Oh my
Are you guys
goodness.
are you a stuffed toy type of person?
Yes. You know that. I'm
you
still
are.
waiting for my Mudeng plushie. Tam.
Okay.
Now you still
and
haven't
whoever
gotten?
wants to get me a plushie, nobody sent me
I
a
thought
plushie.
kasi Pa was gonna get you, so I didn't order.
Sana sa
I was
Valentine's
gonna
Day,
order.
guys.
No, that's Tam's job now to try and get you a plushie.
He
Yeah,
doesn't know my
ang
obsession
Mudeng.
with Mudeng
Now
because
he
we don't
does.
talk
He should
about
know.
it.
No, but then how about you, Anne? What do you give your
Chocolate.
partner as well?
Oh, my partner?
Is it always the guy who gives, or
No,
can the
of
girls?
course
not.
give too.
Of course.
Girls give also.
Yeah.
Oo naman.
Okay, so
yeah.
what would you give?
I normally would get a shirt or a watch or something like that.
Same.
Something useful.
Or if you
Parang hindi siya fair. You're giving a watch, tapos you get chocolate.
no.
Parang,
ang yaman ni Anne, what
I mean,
talaga?
like,
Pang Bilyonaryo.
I always ask for a box of C's. I know branding, but that's my favorite.
okay, yeah, pero ano mas mahal, yung chocolate o yung watch?
The watch is still...
But it's not about the price, it's about the thought.
Hindi,
It's
wait
about
lang.
remembering
Kasi,
Valentine's Day.
You know what? Me and the wifey, we don't celebrate Valentine's Day because every day is Valentine's Day. And that's how we end it. Wag
Stop
na
it.
kayo.
Stop it.
You don't, hindi mo may kwenta. It's not the price.
It's not the price nga, pero mahal. No? Yun lang yung gap. I mean, like,
She's
I
in her
understand.
own world. Bahala na si Anne.
Oh my gosh.
Pero ikaw, if you're
Ikaw, yeah, what do you
receiving
normally
something,
give?
MJ, I know you're watching.
Yeah.
Paolo,
Yeah.
what do you want for
because
Valentine's Day?
we have plans based on may sponsorships siya
yeah.
with a hotel over in Boracay. So so technically her gift is the sponsorship. So may mga ganon, diba?
Hey, without
Okay.
that sponsor, you
No,
wouldn't
without
be
that,
enjoying
what
your
would you,
vacation.
normally give her?
Right now, normally, because it's our first. So,
okay.
you know, kaya surprise na lang yan, guys.
Surprise na lang,
Just
don't
check
tell
out my
her.
feed for more. But, of course, all of that aside, because love is a topic, of course, Coach V is going to be there later on. Oo.
And her topic's amazing
Of
today.
course,
I can't wait. Very
of
controversial.
course. Yes,
Very
it
timely.
is. But let's talk about the future for now, at least the short term. We've got stories for you later on in the show. Plus, know the horoscope for the day after the break. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back. Now, welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. As we mentioned, we're going to talk with commissions on the commissions of elections. So the Commission on Elections recently formed the Committee of Environmentally Sustainable Elections for the upcoming national and local polls in May. On the phone is Comelec spokesperson John Rex Laudiangco. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Magandang umaga po at magandang umaga po sa lahat ng ating taga-subaybay. Good morning po.
So John, let's talk about this committee. Ano po ang main thrust po nila?
Opo, una po sa lahat, ang Comelec po ay nakikiisa sa pagpapatupad ng lahat po ng batas pangkalikasan sa Pilipinas. Kaya nga po for the first time po sa history ng ating elections, makikita niyo po dun sa implementation ng Fair Elections Act, kailangan pong gumamit ang ating mga kandidato ng mga sustainable at mga environmentally friendly na materials at iniiwasan na po natin hanggat maaari yung mga plastic-based campaign materials.
Sir, ano po yung mga penalties kapag nakita mga kandidato na gumagamit ng plastic-based materials po?
Maituturing po ang mga materials po na mga illegal campaign materials po. No? At pagkaalam niyo naman po, pagka illegal ang campaign materials, maaring magdulot po ito ng disqualification ng ating mga kandidato. Alam niyo po kasi sa una rin pagkakataon, ini-encourage po ang lahat ng mga kandidato na mag-reuse, mag-recycle at mag-reduce po ng ating mga waste sa ating mga pangangampanya.
Sir, the campaign period will start tomorrow for candidates at the national level. Typically, in a given electoral cycle po, how much waste is usually generated?
Naku, mahigit 100 tonelada po ang nakikita po natin lagi, lalo na po dito sa Kalakang, Maynila. Nakikita po natin na hindi maubos-ubos halos ang ating mga local government units at national government units yung mga waste na talagang daan-daang mga truck po. No? Kaya nga po ito na ang maaaring solusyon dyan na hanggat maaari biodegradable, iwasan ang plastic materials at lagi pong paalala, mag-recycle po tayo ng ating mga campaign materials.
Sir, if we see any illegal campaign materials, ano po ang proseso? Who do we report to? At the same time po, pwede na bang tanggalin na lang?
Ganito muna po, para po madokumento ng maayos ng Comelec, maaari pong pakireport po. Doon sa committee sa Comelec, tumatanggap po kami ng mga anonymous reports. Hindi po kinakailangan ma-disclose ang pangalan. Tulungan lamang po ninyong Comelec na makuha namin saang lugar, saan makikita, ano at sinong involved na kandidato. At Comelec po ang mangangalap ng ebidensya. Comelec po ang magkakandak ng ating mga evidence collection, pati na rin po pagsasampa ng kaso at gagarantisahin po namin na hindi po mabubunyag ang inyong mga pangalan. We'll maintain confidentiality po.
Sir, na-mention niyo po, this is the first time na may committee po for making sure that this is environmentally safe. Sino po ang mga members ng committee na to?
Iginagagalak po namin announce na ang head po nito, si Commissioner in Charge, Commissioner Ernesto Ferdinand P. Maceda Jr. At alam naman po natin yung kanyang trust. Alam naman din po natin kung gaano po kagaling ang ating commissioner. Kaya nga po siya po ang napili ng Commission and Bank na mag-head ng committee po.
Sir, nakita po natin that obviously there is a lot of concern when it comes to yung mga campaign materials. But then let's also talk a bit about the ballots. If I'm not mistaken po, 6 million ballots ang were discarded due to yung mga processes recently. What can you say about yung mga ballots po and yung printing process at yung mga wasted ballots na nakuha natin earlier on in this campaign period?
Tama nga po, nasayang talaga ang humigit kumulang 6 na milyong balota. Pero ito po ay kasama ng proseso. Inuutos po ng ating kataas-taasang hukuman na kailangan may maisama po nung una na 11 na mga local candidates at 2 national candidates. At dahil dito, kailangan po baguhin ang programa at pag nabago ang programa, kailangan baguhin po ang buong balota. Kaya nga po nasayang ang 6 na milyon. Totoo po yan, ngunit mauwi rin po ito sa recycling ng materials. At ngayon nga po, hinahabol na namin. Kinagagala ko po balita na halos 20 million ballots na po ang production po natin ngayon at walang tigil ang operations ng National Printing Office. 24 hours po kami para mahabol ang second week of April na deadline po namin.
Second week of April po yung deadline na mention nyo po na yung 6 million po i-recycle po. For those wondering, how can these be reused? How will Comelec deal with those po?
Una po sa lahat, ang lahat ng balota po na nasayang po, no, sabihin na natin, yung 6 million ballots ay nananatili sa Comelec Santa Rosa warehouse. Hinihintay din po namin kung meron po kaming marereject pang mga balota doon po sa nabanggit po na halos 20 million ballots na naimprenta na. At pagkatapos po niyan, ipunin namin. Bago po yan lumabas ng warehouse ay sisirain po namin yan. Isi-shred namin kahit papano and then pipinturahan pa po yan. Pa-i-sprayan ng water-soluble paint para makasigurong hindi magagamit ang anumang parte ng balota. Pagkatapos po, idadalhin po ito sa isang recycling plant kung saan sa harap po natin lahat tutunawin po ang papel para po ito ay magamit muli. Wala na pong matitirang security feature, wala na pong matitira pang ibang sensitibong impormasyon sa mga balota na yan.
Sir John, how can we encourage the public to participate in a more environmentally sustainable election?
Opo, no? Pakiuna po sa lahat kung may makikita po kayo ng mga paglabag, ng pagkalat, pagtatapon, at lalong-lalo na kung yung pong ating mga campaign materials ay walang nakalagay na salita po na reduce o kaya po i-recycle, dispose of properly in accordance with law, ay pakireport po ito sa ating committee. Nandun po sa website ang mga contact numbers po nila kung saan maaari po nyo gamitin, whether messenger, social media, application, kahit nga po email, kahit po tawag at ginagarantisa po namin sa inyo, pananatilihin ang confidentiality ng inyong identity. Bukod po dito, pinapaalalahanan din po natin, sana po sa ating pagkilatis at panunuri ng mga kandidato po na nanliligaw ng ating boto, tignan din po natin kung marunong po silang sumunod, hindi lamang sa regulasyon ng Comelec, kundi sa mga environmental laws na dapat lahat tayo ay kabahagi.
He is Comelec spokesperson John Rex Laudiangco. Maraming salamat po. Magandang umaga.
Mabuhay po kayo. Maraming salamat.
Now, what is in store for us this Monday? Feng Shui Master Hans Kua has the answers as he joins us for our horoscope of the day.
Good morning! It's a beautiful day with Master Hans Kua. Ito po ang horoscope for the day sa araw ng Lunes, February 10. Para sa mga pinanganak ng Year of the Rat, isang biglaang tawag o message ang magpapasaya sa career o sa puso mo. Green at 3. Sa Ox naman isang espesyal na project ang magbibigay daan upang mapansin ka ng management. White at 7. Sa Tiger naman ang tamang mindset ang susi sa financial freedom. Blue at 6. Sa Rabbit naman magiging mas productive ang linggo na to kung magpa-practice ng focus at disiplina. Pink at 9. Sa Dragon naman maganda ang timing para mag-invest sa real estate. Purple at 4. Snake naman tayo, isang bagong skills ang matututunan mo na magiging valuable sa iyong karera sa career mo. Green at 1. Sa Horse naman magiging pabor sa iyo ang financial risk na pinag-isipan mabuti. Gold at 2. Sa Ship naman ang teamwork ay magbibigay ng magandang resulta kaysa sa inaasahan. Orange at 8. Monkey naman tayo, magandang taon to para pag-aralan ang pagnenegosyo. Silver at 5. Sa Rooster naman ang tamang posture ay makakatulong para makaiwas sa pananakit sa likod. Green at 6. Sa Dog naman ang tamang timing ay magdadala ng promotion sa trabaho. Yellow at 9. At sa Pig naman isang positive na review mula kay boss ang magpapatibay sa iyong kumpiyansa o confidence mo. Green at 1. Paalala lang, ito po ay patnubay lamang. Ang tunay na swerte ay nagsisimula sa pagiging totoo. Ako po, si Master Hans Kua.
Don't miss Feng Shui Master Hans Kua's daily horoscope forecast only here on It's a Beautiful Day. Now, when we return, our favorite segment, is cheating in a relationship a spectrum or is it simply black and white? We'll talk about that after a break. Dating coach V lets her thoughts out about a recent issue online about betrayal. Is it okay to get a matching tattoo with a friend? You don't want to miss this. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Now, Coach V is back on the show for Love Hacks, and today's agenda, what's considered cheating and what's not. Take it away, Coach!
Good morning, loves. It's a beautiful day. It's Coach V here, bringing you a brand new day and a brand new way to level up your love life. Welcome to Love Hacks. Did you know, love, that once a cheater, always a cheater isn't just a saying, it's science. Cheating isn't just a one-time oops, it's a pattern. Studies have shown that if they've done it before, they're 3 times more likely to do it again. Why? Because once that line is crossed, it's easier to do it again. So if they cheated once, don't bet on being the exception. You're probably just the next repeat. So, have you had that gut feeling that something's off? Your partner is distant, secretive, or suddenly acting different. Science says your intuition is sharper than you think. Today, let's break down the real signs they could be cheating on you. Number 1, new habits, new secrets. They change their routine, but you can't explain why. Next, phone on lockdown, always on do not disturb, never leaves their phone unattended. Kapag hinira mo, never ibibigay sa'yo. Number 3, avoids eye contact. Studies show liars make less eye contact. Emotional distance as well. They stop sharing details about their life. And number 5, accusing you of cheating. A guilt tactic to shift the blame. This is sometimes called projecting. Now, cheating isn't just physical. It starts with this: emotional disconnection. Most cheaters check out mentally before they stray physically, but trust issues don't just come from cheating. Now let's talk about the hot topic. What about a girl best friend or a guy best friend? Well, friendships, is it harmless or is it a red flag? Some say it's nothing, others say it's dangerous. When does friendship cross the line? Number 1, when they talk to them more than they talk to you. Number 2, they share secrets with them but not with you. And lastly, they get defensive or secretive when you bring it up. If your partner is emotionally closer to someone else than to you, that's already a breach of trust. And speaking of trust, loves, let's talk about Andy Eigenman and Philmar Alipayo's controversy online. Philmar allegedly got a matching tattoo with a female friend. Some alluded 224 means today, tomorrow, forever. Well, here are some signs. Where do you draw the line? Number 1, if your partner is okay with tattoos, fine. If it's a problem, if it's a secret, it's a problem. Now, if it looks like a couple's tattoo with somebody else that you're not in a relationship with, expect trouble. General rule, loves, if you have to hide it, you already know the answer. Now, let's talk about the science of cheating and trust breaking. Why is it so addictive? Number one, it's because of that dopamine rush. The secrecy triggers the same brain pathways as gambling. Number two, justification game. Cheaters convince themselves they deserve it. Number three, cheating is a habit. And this is, I feel like, the most problematic status, right? So it's a habit forming, meaning if they did it once, even with the previous partner or with you, they are 300 likely, or they're 3 times more likely to do it again. Now, isn't that scary, loves? How do you know if it's really happening now? Let's look at the signs. And how can you protect yourself? Number one, loves, just forget the words and watch the patterns. Cheaters usually follow a cycle: secrecy, distance, guilt, blame, and then suddenly overcompensating with affection. That's why sometimes out of nowhere, they surprise you and give you sweet nothings. Now, this is how you're going to protect yourself. Once again, observe, don't obsess, don't ignore the signs, loves, but don't spiral into self-doubt as well. Number two, communicate with confidence. Ask directly, but never aggressively. Third, set boundaries. Make sure you have both a clear relationship agreements, no cheating. And number four, know when to walk away. If there is no trust, there is no foundation. Now, cheating doesn't just start in the bedroom. It starts with secrets, small lies, and emotional disconnection. Now, where do you draw the line? A question for everybody. Would you be okay with your partner having a matching tattoo with their best friend? What's your take on opposite sex best friends in a relationship? Drop your thoughts in the comments and send your answers to Bilyonaryo News channel on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Remember, loves, cheating isn't just about betrayal. It is a choice, and sometimes the biggest betrayal is lying to yourself. This is Coach V bringing you a brand new day and a brand new way to level up your love life. See you again tomorrow for Love Hacks.
You know what? You know what? There are now members of our prod team right now wanting to go home.
Bakit kaya nagsisi the front team?
Mag-away ng tao ngayon eh. Diba? After that, gusto mag-away ng tao. Si Alan nga dito. He wants to go home.
Wow, it's so violent. Ang aga, Paolo.
Hindi ko gets why, but okay.
No, pero seryoso, matching tattoos?
No.
Obviously.
No, that's crazy. And I heard it was in the middle of them fighting, and then he got that tattoo. So that's even
the
a
timing
worse
is uneventful.
There's just no right timing for a couple tattoo with your female best friend.
You're right.
Yeah, that is just no.
Actually, even if you're single, even if you're single, don't get a matching tattoo with
anybody.
With a girl. Because
I mean,
could you imagine your future partner and meeting your girl best friend and then you have a matching tattoo?
I know.
Sometimes pa they get their names, di ba? Names pa. It's so
right.
specific. Eh, paano pag break na kayo, paano may name dyan?
No, I know a few people who've done that.
Yeah.
They just have the names.
You did that?
No. I have friends also
okay,
who
sorry.
No! But I do have a matching.
Ooh!
I have friends na may name, but I have a matching tattoo with my husband. It's
there
the
you
chest
go.
piece. Yeah,
Can I
here. So I'm the queen, and then my husband is the king.
Love it. It makes sense. They're married, right?
Okay, yeah. No, that makes sense. Pero sa best friend.
Sa best friend, no.
No, but your husband's your best friend, right?
Oh, yun lang.
That's why I have. Loves, how do you feel about when somebody has cheated before? They have a 300%.
3% lang sabi mo.
They're 3 times likely or with 300% chance that they are going to cheat again.
I mean, I agree with you. I feel like once a cheater, always a cheater. Because like you said, kanina,
they've done it before, so it's easier for them to do it.
Because they know they're
again.
capable of doing it.
Exactly.
Especially if they get away with it.
And they were forgiven for it, right?
Yeah.
So
Or if they were never caught
Actually,
in the
that's
first
also
place.
the problem, not just the cheater. If you're complacent to the cheater, that's the problem because the cheater will always know and will keep doing
that
it.
you'll keep,
You're
you'll
going
keep
to forgive
forgiving
them.
that person.
You know,
Right.
there are going to be so many angry people at the end of the show. At the moment.
Anger of
At the
Paolo and
moment.
everybody here.
Ang aggressive eh. Siguro may sumisigaw na sa prod room natin.
but you know what? Of course, every individual is different. Although these are studies, these are just again likelihood. Some people may have cheated in the past and have decided to change. It's very possible. But basically,
Yes,
these are just warning signs that
Yeah.
if they have done it with somebody else, don't be super complacent because the chances are high.
I think at the end of the day, you just have to think about what you don't want your partner to do to you.
Yeah.
So don't do that to your partner, right?
Well, and also just set boundaries.
Yeah.
Like you guys talked about, and what Andy and Fillmore should have done too is to set boundaries. And now we're gonna set a different boundary because it's time's up. So I'm setting that boundary. We gotta
You're
go.
right.
I got Super Bowl to watch, guys. So wrap it up, Paolo.
Yeah, that and again, guys, no matching tattoos.
No.
All right, no matching tattoos.
Noted.
Noted. Coach V,
Thank
maraming
you, Coach
salamat.
V.
We love your segment. It's the most
Yes.
violent segment on morning television.
Violent
you,
love
love.
segment, the
Yeah.
irony.
Yeah, like we always end up hyped. It's so funny.
I
But
know,
thank you so
right?
much, Coach. We really
You're
appreciate you. So that is it for us this Monday, February 10. I hope you enjoyed the start of your week. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Thank you very much for joining us.
I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. Wherever this day takes you, remember to remain faithful to your partners, always choose each other, and also spread love and kindness.
And I'm Monique Tuzon. Have a great Monday ahead and enjoy the Super Bowl. Join us again tomorrow at 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Only here on
It's a beautiful day.